Okay, this week's episode we'll talk about JoJo Rabbit.
You're also going to talk about the brand new Black Widow trailer.
Dorothy Fontana.
And some more news of pop culture that, happened this week. Okay, it's Christmas. It's December.
Yay!
Christmas coming.
It is Christmas time.
We might talk about Christmas movies and favorite Christmas nerd gifts next week. But
we should do that.
This week we just saw
JoJo Rabbit.
And it was terrific. It was so good.
Gosh.
Yeah, think on something original and don't let the trailer fool you. The trailer looks good. It looks really good, but the movie is so much better.
It really is. Yeah. Honestly, if you describe the movie on paper, it sounds like someone did a Mad Libs of making a movie. It's like, hey, okay, World War II, Hitler Youth.
Wait.
Taika Waititi.
First of all, what? Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you're saying?
I'm just saying, if you describe the movie on paper, it sounds like someone just pulled random words and actors out of a hat and threw it on a table and just came up with something crazy. Did that.
I was very, very impressed. Taika Waititi. Pardon?
Taika Waititi.
Yes. That's what I mean. Yes. The guy that directed Thor Ragnarok. Mm-hmm. And he actually acted on Thor Ragnarok. I think he failed on Thor Ragnarok. Thor was way too funny. And sure, it's based on a comic book, but I don't think it fits the characters. The beginning was awesome. He fighting Surtur, the fire demon, down and then it became a non-stop joke. For me, it was a little bit too much. But
JoJo Rabbit.
But his style that was there on this movie works perfect. He does it really well. The movie, it's surprising, it's funny, it touches. Even what is predictable, it works really well because there was some stuff that I knew it would happen. Right away I knew it would happen, but when it happens, it punches you because he does really well. He acts really well and he's fun. Yeah,
and just to clarify how well he acts, he plays Hitler as a little kid's imaginary friend. So, there's that.
Yeah. Does he wear makeup? A little bit, right?
I think there's a bit of make him paler and also blue contact lenses.
Oh, yeah. The eyes, of course. But, yeah. No, and...
So it starts out hilarious.
It does.
Just straight up comedy. And Rebel Wilson as a Hitler Youth leader. Just so funny. But wildly inappropriate. But he really made it work. And then all of a sudden it's ripping your heart out. But then you feel better at the end. Oh man, it is an emotional journey. I've never seen a movie like this.
Yeah, inappropriate is an interesting debate because there's a lot of people that debate. It's not so much in America. Now in Brazil right now there's... last couple of years, there's a whole debate on what's the limit of humor. And to call it humor inappropriate is just saying that there's limits for humor, which I don't get, but that's not the case.
Fair enough. But he definitely crosses lines that the average person would not even approach.
Sure. But you saw Tarantino and there's some stupid, funny moment and there was I guess he does in different ways. I guess the topic, the subject is very it's still too soon, it's still controversial, and it probably always be, but he does a terrific job. So the movie is about this kid, and even if it sounds crazy, it's very accurate to the fact that the kid lives in Germany, and as a German kid during the Hitler rise, wants to become part of the Reich. He wants to become part of the SS. He wants to become Hitler's bodyguard. And he goes to a camp where they train kids for that, as you know, the Hitler Youth and all that. And he has Hitler's imaginary friend, as you said. And we follow this kid and how he views the world through the German doctrine on how the Jews are bad and how the Germans are superior. and in the beginning with humor, and then the movie changes. It doesn't change sudden. It goes like really, what's the word for? Gradually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking this humor was actually a really important device to kind of help us deal with some really tough things. Like, this 10-year-old boy is a Nazi, and then we see him evolve, or maybe all that Nazi stuff kind of get taken away to just the really sweet, good child inside of him. And I think the humor just helps us deal with all the ugliness of, the Third Reich and Germany by the end of the war. Again, a really beautiful film, a story that I haven't seen this kind of story told before, or told in this way. It really felt very original, even though it's actually based on a book, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like anything I'd ever seen before, and
the funny moments, the comedy in the beginning is like it introduces you to characters, and you get close and related to characters that at the end, when stuff happened to them, tragedies or victories, you are so close to them because you laughed like crazy with them. You know? So they being good guys or bad guys, like laughing with that people connects you in a way that when something happens to them affects you. But the movie is really good. We recommend
highly.
And the kid is like terrific. That kid, there's some elements that reminds me of Life is Beauty, that won the Oscar for foreign film a couple years ago. Decades ago. That was a long time ago. Anyways, and I was telling her after the movie that if this movie was in a language that was not English, it would be an Oscar for foreign film for sure, because it has all the classic elements of a foreign film. Kids, sad moments of kids, war, tragedies. Yeah. So, but I still bet that it's gonna get a lot of nominations.
I hope so. It deserves
adapted screenplay for sure. Director, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, and writing, because he wrote the movie too.
That's true.
And the kid, wow, that kid acts. Yeah. So we end up not giving so much spoiler. Oh, there's a big spoiler. Scarlett Johansson is on the film. I didn't know that until I watched the film. The trailer doesn't show her. Doesn't? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I saw her name on posters and things, but Scarlett Johansson gave an amazing performance, and honestly, #mom goals. Yeah. I felt. Sam Rockwell. Also, I mean, he's amazing in everything he does, but this one is definitely a standout for him.
Yeah.
Theon Greyjoy.
I
know the actor has an actual name, but it's Theon.
Yeah, he was the guy that killed John Wick's dog.
Yeah.
Bad mistake. Or like they say in the movie. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Black Widow.
Yeah, about Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Let's move to Black Widow.
It's a good year for her.
They just released the new trailer for Black Widow, and you probably saw, and what we think is finally.
Yeah. There have been, how many other Black Widow movies that aren't actually Black Widow?
Oh, not counting the ones before Black Widow. We had Red Sparrow with what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. We had Anna with the tall blonde Russian-looking girl. I can't remember the name. We just have one with Blake Lively about Black Widow-ish, like sex, female fatale, spy woman that, it could easily be a Black Widow movie, but
now Marvel's doing it.
And they're not doing it what we expect they would do it. They're going to do Black Widow against a big villainous organization, which is like, seriously, you could do like a super cool spy movie. Even a James Bond kind of movie, like the girl that goes there, infiltrates against the enemies, and
that would be a really nice way to set it apart from the rest of the MCU too.
Yeah,
like to make this something special and unique, and
she has to fight unique style, especially since on the Avengers movies they tend to overpower her. She's like, she beats aliens that like Captain America struggles to beat, or the Hulk struggles to beat, and she just goes out, bah, bah, with a stick and wins. But
it's a really great stick.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And she got a lot of training to be able to do bah, bah, just the right way.
That's right. Against aliens of all things. Yeah. Anyway, so, but yeah, the movie comes out in May, and among other things, we see Rachel Weisz in the cast.
Yeah.
And
again, I can't remember the guy's name, but Hopper. I think we have a
from
confirmation.
Stranger Things.
Yeah. So Hopper definitely was the American in the cell, and they turned him into the Soviet Captain America.
This is the Russian super soldier and the Red Patriot, I think. I can't remember, but it's basically the captain.
The Soviet Captain America is what I got from this suit.
Which is like big and fat and old because, well, it's been a long time since Cold War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's it for Black Widow. May 22 out there. Finally, go watch. It's going to be fun. It's a Marvel movie, so it's always fun.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Even if it's way overdue. And it's not going to be that different than any other Marvel movie.
Yeah. Slight subject change. DC Fontana passed away this week. Who is DC Fontana, you say?
DC Fontana. She's the founder of DC Comics.
No.
I'm kidding. I know who DC Fontana is. She's a big Star Trek royalty name.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Royalty. She's Star Trek royalty. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody that knows Star Trek knows her and what she did for the show and for the movies. You know, she's royalty. She's up there.
Yes, she is. She wrote probably my favorite episode of the original series, which is Journey to Babel. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not an original series fan, this is a good episode to watch. But one of her bigger contributions, besides just being a writer with Gene Roddenberry from the very beginning, is she did a lot of the backstory and a lot of the creative work behind Spock as an individual, but also like Vulcans and Romulans and all that. She laid a lot of that groundwork. So
great loss for the Star Trek universe. So
go watch Journey to Babel.
Live long and prosper wherever you are, and keep telling your stories out there.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Yeah. Just to conclude, another trailer that was released this week was the new James Bond movie, 007. No Time to Die, which
he's very busy. He just doesn't have time for this.
Seems to be the last Daniel Craig as James Bond movie, and the trailer is action-packed. It shows a lot. It shows some old enemies. It shows Blomfield for the last movie.
Yeah.
It shows a new threat. What's that? That's guy's name. Oh man, Freddie Mercury. No, it's not. Oh, I had his name right here, but I can't remember.
But yeah, Mr. Robot, Freddie Mercury.
Malek, something Malek.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember the first name. If this is
Remy Malek. We got there.
Like,
Teamwork. We're so good at this.
And girls, Bond girls, maybe former lovers, maybe new lovers, and former 00. Woman agent, which is cool. Yeah. Spending the universe in the good way.
If there's no time to die, maybe he should just die another day.
Or maybe tomorrow, right? But tomorrow never dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got some planning issues.
That's true. But yeah, so the new James Bond comes out next year, and we are excited. The reboot of the franchise. It's really good. And Daniel Craig is a good Bond.
Ooh, while we're on trailers, it sounds like a Wonder Woman 1984 trailer is going to be...
That's right. It's
coming soon.
Yeah.
Really soon.
And to close, and we are excited about that.
Yes.
And to close on DC side, Warner, come on. Release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
We know exists.
Everybody
Snyder
wants
himself show it. Its existence is what 240 minutes. It's long and awesome. So
I didn't know it was that long.
Really, yeah, you can see on the can. Like Zack Snyder released the picture of the actual film cans, and you can see 200 Justice League, Director's Cut, 240 minutes. And come on, you're gonna make money. People will buy to see the theaters. People will buy the home video, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. People buy digital versions. People will sign up to see freaking HBO Max.
Yeah.
So so much money. Come on, don't be stupid.
So what's the hashtag? Release the Snyder Cut.
Hashtag release the Snyder Cut, and Zack Snyder, we're together.
Yes.
For the up and whatever. Yeah. So release it. So that's it for this week. Anything else? Okay.
No, that's it.
So
live long and prosper, nerds.
Okay. May the Force be with you. December. Star Wars. There's a lot more coming. And bye.
Bye.